Hello, teaching veteran Trey Reely here, and welcome to Band Stuff. One of the most important aspects of having a great band program is having a cohesive band staff. It's not terribly unusual to have friction between the head band director and assistant band directors. This friction is also often caused by a lack of understanding between the two parties. Now, I know it's a two-way street. I know there's a side that the head band director has, the side that the assistant band directors have. But for the purpose of today's videos, I'm going to be taking the side of the assistant band director. They're kind of in an unusual position where they can't always fully voice what they're thinking, because you do that to your boss and that could spell a lot of trouble for you. But I know what it's like to be an assistant. I know what it's like to go weeks and months and even years at a time not feeling like I could really say what I wanted to say, because I didn't feel like there was going to be a receptive ear to what I had to say, and it could be very, very frustrating. I've also talked to a lot of assistants who had a lot of similar issues, and so today I'm going to do something maybe a little unusual in that my presentation is going to be from the viewpoint of an assistant. I'm basically going to act like I'm an assistant. This won't be very hard because I've been an assistant before. And I'm just going to pretend like I'm having a frank discussion with the head director about my concerns. It might even be a little franker than I would in person, just because I'm saying what an assistant director really wants to say. And I hope if you are a head director that you will take these things to heart and really examine your relationship with your assistants and see if it's really where it needs to be in terms of what you're doing on your part. Now, in a future video, I will address the head director's viewpoint. But right now, I really want to focus probably on what a lot of your assistants might be feeling. But here we go. I appreciate you meeting with me today. And this is going to be kind of a difficult conversation for me, but I'm doing it because I really care a lot about our band program. And I think there's certain things that we need to talk about, because it will help give me more direction and it'll help me be a better assistant in assisting you, and then helping this band program go in the direction that it needs to go. I think probably, one of my main issues right now is I don't feel like you're really communicating a vision for this program and where it's going, what it can do. I don't know if you have a vision or not, but if you do, I would really like you to share it with me, because if you'll share that vision with me, then I'll do everything within my power to help you reach the visions that you have. I feel like right now things are not very organized, and it makes it very difficult on me as an assistant when things are not organized, because I don't really know what to do. I'm finding out a lot of things at the last minute. It's hard for me to take initiative on things when I don't really know where we're going or what's expected. And I'd really like you to communicate very, very clearly with me, because frankly, I can't read your mind on certain things. And maybe we need to share a Google Doc, meet once or twice a week and really sit down and talk about things. But I really would like to see things get a lot more organized. And once I have this point of reference and things are organized, I'll be glad to jump in and do things and take a lot of initiative. But I just get confused on exactly what you want me to do. I also feel like sometimes I'm the last one to know things. And a lot of times parents will come up to me, kids will come up to me about something that we're doing. And it's really embarrassing for me, because I have to say, well, I don't know anything about that. So I think we really need to be a team that talks and let me know what's going on. I need to be like the second one to know on some things, so that when people come to me, I'm in the loop, because it's embarrassing when I'm not. And a lot of the decisions that you make, I'm not even included in the decision-making process at all. And I think as an assistant that I could offer some really good ideas. And I don't expect you to take every idea that I suggest, but I do really appreciate it if there is an open forum and you ask my opinion of things, and I can give you my opinion. And it's nice to know that even if we disagree and you go another direction, it means a lot to me to know that you at least thought about it and can give me reasons, why you don't want to do something, as opposed to shooting down an idea I have very, very quickly and just saying, well, I've tried that before and it didn't work. Because there's always a chance I might do something just a little bit differently in a way that could maybe make something work. And I appreciate it, when you're giving me things to do, feel free to push me out of my comfort zone. I'd really like for you to play to my strengths and use the things that I'm really, really good at. But don't hesitate to push me a little bit, because I'm in this for growth, to get better. And when I make a mistake, and I've made mistakes, and I'm going to make more mistakes, I really need you to stand up for me, whether it's in front of the kids, stand up for me in front of the parents. I really need your support in that way, particularly if a parent comes and talks to you about me and one of the kids that I mainly have responsible for. You really need to send them to me, and let me take care of the situation. And if that doesn't take care of it, then we can work together on that situation. And particularly the kids that I'm mainly responsible for, I don't want you pulling them out of band for disciplinary reasons, or kicking them out of band and things like that without talking to me, because I really need to have an input for kids that I have every single day and have a relationship with. And I think anything like that, we for sure need to work on together. Also, please don't talk about me negatively at all to parents or to any of my coworkers, particularly the other assistants, because some of the other assistants that you say negative things about me to, I'm actually closer to them than you are. And so they're going to repeat things like that and tell me things that you've said about me. I think that things that we say between us need to be confidential and not repeated, unless we've made that clear that it's okay to repeat it. And when you make a mistake, don't be afraid to admit it. As an assistant, I'd really appreciate you sharing some of the mistakes you've made in the past. That would kind of help me be able to learn from maybe a mistake that you've made so that I don't repeat it. I'll have no less respect for you if you admit you made a mistake or you've made mistakes in the past. It just makes me appreciate you more. Maybe I can learn from that particular experience that you've had. And I know this next thing I'm going to ask you is going to make me kind of seem like I'm a glory hog or something, but and I'm not overly sensitive, but I really do think that what we're doing here with this program is a result of teamwork. And I think that I should be, recognized, for the work that I'm doing, the effort that I put in, the time that I put in, because we really are a team. And I think, our language just needs to be reflected in we and us and that kind of language, to really show our parents and the community that it's a real team effort to get this done. And I'd also really appreciate it if you could give me sole leadership of some things, particularly maybe some leadership roles in your absence, maybe some sole leadership in conducting the top band, because I really would like to progress in the profession, and it'd really help my resume a lot if I had on there more than I just moved music stands and moved sideline equipment during football season. So I'd really like to have some things that prepare me for the future, in moving up to a position that has more responsibility and possibly a head position somewhere. And I know this next comment might make it seem like I'm not dedicated or something, but I really, really am. But I do need you to realize that I do have a life outside of band. I have other things that are very, very important to me, in terms of my family in particular. And I don't feel like I need to spend every waking moment at the band room, and I think that needs to be respected. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not going to put in a lot of hours and work really, really hard, but I don't feel like I have the balance right now that I need to have. And I would really appreciate it if you expressed more interest in stuff outside of band and asked me things about my family, asked me about other things that I have going on, and show a true interest in something and other than just band, in everything that we do. And I'd really appreciate it if you just ask me how work is going. And just say, hey, are you enjoying what you're doing? Is there something I could do differently to make your work more enjoyable, and just let us have kind of a constant communication about work and how things are going, so things don't build up, because that's kind of the point that I'm at now, where I've had a lot of things build up because there's not an outlet of communication for us just to have all the time in terms of how things are going. I appreciate the time that you took today. I hope you take the things to heart. It was all meant with the best of intentions, and I'd be glad to listen to you and hear what I need to do better as an assistant, so we can have a great working relationship and a great band program.